Every story begins with a moment, and for Alexa Carter, that moment shattered her world. It was a cold Boston morning when the phone rang, just once, and everything changed. A voice on the other end of the line delivered two painful truths. Her husband Daniel was dead, and her daughter Sophie was dying in a hospital bed. In the blink of an eye, laughter turned to silence. Memories became ghosts. And Alexa, a devoted mother and loving wife, was left in the ruins of the life she had known. But what happened next was even more difficult. She reached out to the people she thought would pick her up, her parents, her family. But their response wasn't the warm embrace she needed. It was a joyful distraction, a party, balloons, and a call back later. Can you imagine reaching out in your darkest hour, only to be met with silence dressed in celebration? As grief and abandonment set in, Alexa was forced to ask herself the question no one wants to face. When the people you need most aren't there, what or who becomes your family? This is a story about loss, yes. But more than that, it's a story about resilience, about rediscovery, and about choosing the people who choose you. Stay with us because Alexa's journey may be similar to yours, or help you find hope in the chaos. Subscribe now and turn on notifications. This is one story you won't want to miss. We've just seen Alexa Carter, a Boston mother, navigate the loss of her husband, Daniel, and the critical condition of her daughter, Sophie. It's in moments like these when the world crumbles beneath your feet that family ties reveal their true strength and value. Alexa stands at this crossroads, feeling the unimaginable weight she's carrying. Her heart aches for comfort and support as she grapples with the profound silence that echoes through her home. This is when the essence of family should shine through, enveloping you in love and understanding. But what happens when the people you need most seem miles away? Alexa reflects on the web of relationships that once seemed unbreakable, now feeling fragile and distant. It's a powerful reminder that family isn't just defined by blood, but by the people who come into our lives and lift us up when we can, no longer be on our own. As she stands amid the ruins of her world, one lingering question arises. Will her family be there when she reaches out? What happens next? Find out as Alexa searches for connection amid the chaos. As we follow Alexa through the darkest hours of her life after the unimaginable loss of her husband Daniel, we see her seek comfort from two people she always thought she could trust, her parents, Ruth and Harold. On most days, these calls would be a simple exchange of gestures, a shared smile, or a warm hug over the phone. But today is different. Her heart is heavy with sadness, longing for the kind of comfort that only family can provide. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Alexa's voice is hoarse from suppressed tears. Yet on the other end of the line, the familiar sounds of celebration ring out as a sharp contrast to her grief. It's her brother Liam's birthday, a joyous occasion. Oh, hi, honey. Can it wait? We're in the middle of planning the party. We have a lot to do right now. Ruth's cheerful but distracted voice rang out. The words, seemingly innocuous, pierced Alexa with unexpected force. How could the celebration and balloons overshadow her immense pain? In that moment, a heart already broken by recent events was broken even more, a widening chasm of disconnection, opening between her and the unity she so desperately craved. Here we see Alexa grappling with the painful realization that when she needed them most, her cries had fallen on deaf ears. How can we understand moments like this when family, the people who are supposed to stand together through storms, seem blind to the storm in our hearts? Amid the noise, a question lingers in Alexa's mind. What is family if it ignores the cries of our souls in favor of celebration? This isn't just about forgetting. It's about the loneliness of being turned away by those we love, believing the storm can wait. But the pain is persistent, demanding acknowledgement and presence. What does this mean for Alexa now? Will this phone call forever change their relationship? Her feelings of betrayal blend with her deep sadness, setting the stage for a painful turning point ahead. What lies on the horizon as Alexa navigates this devastating void? Her story continues to unfold as betrayal gives way to revelation. Let's see what happens next. We have just seen Alexa's heart sink as she turns to her parents, Ruth and Harold, in her darkest hour, only to be met with indifference and a request to postpone her grief to celebrate her birthday. The phone call hangs in the air like an abyss, a widening gap between expectation and reality, promising a collapse into deeper loneliness. Imagine reaching for a life preserver, only to find it slipping out of your grasp. This is the raw, searing pain Alexa feels. Her entire being trembles under the weight of betrayal, the collision of her loss with her own family's neglect. It is a pain that seems to echo, reverberating in every corner of her mind. How could the people she loved turn away when she needed them most? In that moment, Alexa faced not only the death of her beloved Daniel, but also a rift in the very foundation of her identity, as a daughter, as a sister, as a nurturer. Her world, once stable, seemed to collapse with every sweet laugh and animated chatter she heard in the background, reminding her that life went on, just not for her husband, not for her daughter, or for her. These were the moments that completely isolated us, that made even a crowded room seem deserted. Alexa's grief was a quagmire, dragging her deeper into the realization that family, the very foundation she had relied on, could be incredibly fragile. Yet even in this desolate fog, there is a key insight. In moments of tragic clarity, we are forced to redefine who holds the key in any storm. As she confronts the void left by her family's absence, Alexa wonders whether blood always binds, or whether true family is found in the arms of those who choose to be there without hesitation. How can we as humans reconcile this familial conflict? Love versus loyalty, presence versus distance. As Alexa's story unfolds, we see her wrestle with these questions, a journey that many of us can deeply relate to. To whom do we turn when the hands that once held us let go? What happens next? Let's find out. Having witnessed Alexa's profound sense of abandonment, we now turn the page to examine a different kind of family, one bound not by blood, but by choice and unwavering support. In the darkest days following Daniel's sudden departure, when Alexa's world seemed to collapse around her, she found a glimmer of life in an unlikely source, her dear friend, Jessica. Jessica was more than just a friend. She was a constant presence, a gentle reminder that Alexa was not alone. As the days turned into weeks, Jessica was there, whether to help with errands or simply to listen as Alexa poured out her pain and fear. With every tear Alexa shed and every word of encouragement Jessica gave, an invisible thread of hope began to weave its way into Alexa's heart. In those quiet, shared moments, Alexa realized something profound. Family, she learned, is not necessarily defined by where we are born, but by who is there for us in times of need. This revelation washed over her like a balm, bringing clarity amid the chaos. Alexa began to see that true family support lies in those who choose to be present, those who give their love and support willingly, without strings attached. This unexpected alliance with Jessica is more than comforting. It becomes a mirror for Alexa to reevaluate the meaning of family ties. A crucial question arises in her mind. Can the power of chosen family surpass that of conventional family? A surprising notion, but one that cannot be dismissed as Alexa experiences firsthand how foster care fills the void left by her parents' actions. Fueled by these reflections, Alexa's faith was strengthened. It was these relationships, built on genuine care and shared hardships, that were truly invaluable. Every interaction with Jessica reaffirmed her belief in maintaining relationships that were not about possession or obligation, but about authenticity and mutual support. As we delve deeper into Alexa's story, we witness a fundamental shift in her perspective on family. But what lies ahead? How will this newfound understanding affect her relationships with others, especially as she learns to appreciate those around her more deeply? Let's find out. As we move through Alexa's initial moments of clarity with Jessica's support, we see an emerging story of solidarity and love in unexpected places. Amid the chaos that once overshadowed her life, Alexa began to recognize the profound comfort her in-laws and close friends provided. They stood by her with unwavering loyalty, embodying a sense of family she had almost forgotten. This circle of support offered more than empathy. They offered shared strength, a quiet assurance that she was never alone in her grief. The gentle warmth of her in-laws was an unexpected blanket of kindness. Daniel's parents, their wisdom, etched on their faces, became unwavering pillars of support, gently guiding her through her darkest days with stories of resilience and hope. They reminded her that family is not only bound by blood, but also by shared history and mutual care. "We are here," they said, "not out of duty, but out of love." Alexa's circle of friends rallied around her, laughing to break the tension and holding hands in silence. These moments of wordless connection were more precious than gold. Each text, each visit, reinforced a network of care, a lifeline. They taught her an invaluable lesson. In times of trouble, it's the people who silently stick by you that define family. As Alexa began her journey of reassessing her priorities, she realized that her family had expanded to include people who persevered and loved. This discovery motivated her to dedicate herself to nurturing relationships based on genuine care. Alexa found herself wondering, how often do we overlook the silent supporters like family? Indeed, nurturing these relationships became as important as the air she breathed. How many times had she neglected them in the past, blinded by preconceived notions of family? With newfound confidence, Alexa accepted the truth that family is not just a matter of inheritance, but also of choice and nurture. As we reflect on Alexa's journey, we are invited to consider who stands by us in our darkest hours, and how do we choose to cherish them? Alexa's story teaches us that the family we choose can enrich our lives in ways we least expect. What happens next in Alexa's story? Let's find out. We've just witnessed the power of Alexa as she surrounds herself with people who truly care. Her husband's friends and family who stood by her when she needed it most. Now Alexa finds herself at a crossroads, facing difficult legal battles after her husband's death, while also tending to her daughter Sophie's arduous recovery. In these moments, Alexa learns that true family relationships are not just about sharing a last name, but are built through open communication and willing forgiveness. As she wades through a maze of legal documents, Alexa's unwavering resilience begins with a crucial step: listening. Listening to understand, not just to respond, becomes her guiding principle. By taking seriously the perspectives of those who truly support her, like Jessica, a friend who embodies family through her actions, Alexa demonstrates the power of staying connected through clear communication. This is where a profound lesson emerges: forgiveness. By forgiving her parents, even if only for her own peace, Alexa unburdens herself, realizing that forgiveness is not an excuse for pain, but a release to heal and move forward. The encouragement of her husband's family and the newfound strength of Sophie's improving health propel Alexa forward. Sophie, on her path to recovery, begins to speak more, learning from Alexa's strength and openly sharing her fears and dreams. This open dialogue between mother and daughter becomes a testament to their resilience, reinforcing how communication fosters healing. These experiences illustrate, for Alexa and all of us, that communication and forgiveness can rebuild bridges we thought were burned. They remind us that family is not just about those we share blood with, but also about those we choose to communicate honestly with, and who stand by us in our darkest moments. So, what can we learn from Alexa's journey into our own lives? How can we strengthen our relationships and find peace through communication and forgiveness in our own families? What next? Let's find out. We have just witnessed Alexa's profound journey, a true testament to the power of communication and consistent support. Now let's reflect on how these lessons extend beyond her story and touch our own lives. Consider this. What truly defines your family? Is it the blood you share or the individuals who stand by you when the world seems to be falling apart? In times of need, genuine connections reveal themselves. Alexa's experience reminds us that family is not limited to those who are blood-related, but extends to those who show up. In our own lives, it is important to cultivate open communication. It takes a conscious effort to listen and reach out on a regular basis. Consider taking the time to connect with each member, creating a safe, space to express feelings and concerns. This practice can strengthen relationships, paving the way for long-term support. As you reflect, ask yourself, are there any relationships that need attention? Is there someone you have relied on who might need you right now? What role do you play in cultivating this cherished network? Take the opportunity to build a family defined not by obligation, but by love and commitment. What next? Let's find out. We have seen Alexa, despite unimaginable pain, discover the true nature of family. In the loneliness of her parents' abandonment, she found strength in unexpected places. Her journey is one that many of us face. A reminder that family is the people who are there for us in our darkest hours. Instead of wallowing in despair and isolation, Alexa chose to focus on those who reached out. Her vibrant friend Jessica, her supportive relatives, and others who filled the void. After wallowing in sadness, Alexa emerged with renewed strength and a new sense of self-worth. By choosing to surround herself with a supportive community, she laid the foundation for healthy relationships and strengthened them. Furthermore, Alexa's willingness to leave the door open for her parents reflects a brave heart, ready to rebuild on better terms if and when the time is right. It's a powerful reminder that even in the midst of our deepest pain, we have the power to reshape our relationships, strengthening them with love and understanding. And as Alexa's story unfolds, what happens next for her and her family? Let's find out. As we reflect on Alexa's journey, we are reminded of a fundamental truth. Family is not just those who are bound to us by blood. It is those who stand by us in our darkest hours. We have witnessed her evolution into a stronger, more resilient individual, surrounded by people who truly care. As you look back on your own life, consider what truly defines family to you. Is it the laughter shared, the support offered, or simply the unspoken knowledge that you are never alone? In an ever-changing world, the strength of family ties is an unparalleled source of resilience and comfort. Let this story be a gentle reminder to cherish those bonds, whether repairing old ones or building new ones. Now I invite you to pause and think. Can you cultivate a deeper connection with your loved ones today? Can you open your heart a little more to those who may need it most? Remember, the relationships we cultivate are not only a source of strength, but also a tapestry of love and support that we can draw upon at any time. So what steps will you take to deepen your family bond?